They moved quickly down the hallway, through the foyer and into the room to the right of the sweeping staircase. Venus kept her eyes straight ahead, avoiding the patches of dark surrounding them. Once in the library, they located more candles and placed them on the tables and the fireplace mantel. Heavy velvet swags held the drapes open, allowing the lightning to illuminate the room. The storm had whipped into an angry frenzy, sending torrents of rain against the tall windows. The thunder and lightning display barely paused for a collective sigh before starting up again. The mansion seemed to amplify the sounds, sending them bouncing from one room to the next. "Did you hear that?" Venus asked. A cry, faint at first, could barely be heard over nature's ruckus. It wasn't a scream this time, but a soft voice, a child's voice. "Shh." He ducked behind the tripod and peered through an infrared camera, the hair in his arms bristling as a bolt of lightning struck near the house. "But you did hear it, right?" Venus gathered her long skirt around her, as though it could shield her from whatever evil lurked in the house. She straightened and took a step forward. "What is your name?" she called out. "Tell us why you are crying." She had already tried contacting the girl when they were upstairs, in the child's bedroom. "Try again, Venus." The lanky man hovered over the camera, while keeping one eye on the EVP recorder. "Did you used to live here?" Venus shook her head and whispered, "I should have done a seance, Josh." "Wait." Josh raised his head. "She said her name." They cocked their heads, straining to hear. The storm was so loud it was a wonder they could concentrate. Venus tried again. "I'm sorry, honey. What did you say?" The candles in the room flickered and swayed. Shadows darted around furniture into the corners, playing some weird game of hide-and-seek. "Julia." A squeal caught in Venus's throat. She tugged on Josh's sleeve. "Did you hear her say her name?" "Mommy?" "Oh, Lord. I hope our equipment is picking this up. Where's Miss Monroe? She should be witnessing this." Lightning bolts flashed like fiery shards of glass, followed by rolling clashes of thunder. The sky outside had turned a repulsive shade of green, with menacing dark clouds plowing across the landscape. Then the camera died along with the recorder. "What the hell?" Josh flipped the on-off switch. "The battery backup went out on both." He raised the walkie-talkie to his lips, but that wouldn't work either. "First the electricity, now the batteries? What's up with that?" They heard a clattering of footsteps pounding down the staircase and into the library. "Hey, what the hell happened to the cameras and recorders?" "Take off those silly glasses, Flea," Venus sniped. "You scared me half to death." "I would have never made it down the stairs without the night vision goggles." Flea ripped the goggles off his face, almost pulling his wire-rimmed glasses with them. "Boring as hell upstairs, not a creature stirring." "Well, we have some action down here." Venus rubbed her hands over the lit candles, trying to add some warmth to her body. "I'm getting bad vibes from this house." As though in response, the lightning and thunder increased. "You've been saying that since we pulled up in the van." Josh removed the battery pack from the camera and replaced it with the new one. He looked past Flea's shoulder. "Where's Blondie?" Flea shrugged. "She went off on her own half an hour ago. Said she didn't need a babysitter." "Well, everything's out again, and this time we lost the batteries, too." "I noticed that. You didn't recharge them." "Like hell, I always charge them." Josh looked at the chaos outside the windows. Horizontal rain bent the trees. Branches blew across the landscape, tumbling end over end. Through the flashes of light they could see a strange mist crawling across the lawn, rising up as though sniffing the air, then floating back down. "Is there a tornado coming? We don't even have a radio to warn us." Venus checked the various pieces of equipment scattered around the table, most of which she didn't have a clue how they worked or what they did. Josh motioned to Flea. "Grab a candle. Let's see if we can find Miss Monroe."